different stores up here. And trust me when I tell you that my wife and both of my daughters have been in every one of these stores at least once. If I come shopping with them, I'm always package bearer and usually National Bank of Dad. But we're grandparents now. Grandpa Trust and Savings has opened up, and I love that part. I wish I would have had my grandchildren first. They're a heck of a lot more fun than my kids ever were, but that's a whole other story. Also up here you'll find some excellent restaurants. IMAX theater, regular theater. There's this little island we drive around is a great place for photos. 1st of September we had 9 ladies down here. Santa was on top of that island, and he always had a gazillion smiling little faces around him. But I don't come around this curve. If any of you guys were taking you today, this is part of our parade route. But this is also called the man-made portion. You see, this is, well, it's actually got a concrete box. Now, this is also not just a parade route, this is also part of our city park system. Now, I don't hesitate to tell people, I have the most beautiful office in North America. And I play down here at least 4 days a week. I meet nice people like you. Now on the right side of the boat, this is another place to pick up a tour boat. In case you're wondering, all those people that are getting on that boat, they are all called tourists. Now you guys are celebrities, you're on my boat. Do not get confused. And the building on the left is the Hilton Palacio del Rio. Now this hotel's got an 8-story behind it. In 1967, all 500 rooms of this hotel were sold out for the 68 World's Fair. Just one little problem. They hadn't built it yet. Hadn't even broken ground. Hilton himself came down here in a bit of a panic. What they finally decided to do was go to what is called modular design. Now if you notice from the 4th floor up, every other floor is alternated or staggered, like when a small child puts Lego blocks together. Well, that best describes how this was built. Every one of these units were made ready off-site, brought in on a flatbed truck, lifted up, then concreted in place. Now the weird part about this story, Taco Bells. They represent our 5 missions. And the center bell does have a name on it. It is Robert Huck. Now above your heads is Navarro Street. Right here on the river, this is the lowest or shallowest point on the river in this area. Now this was one of the most popular places to be on the weekend. A little over 100 years ago, people would actually bring their wagons and their buggies down here. And all the neighborhood boys, would they come down here and wash those wagons and buggies. I was once told a young man could earn as much as 25 cents a day washing wagons and buggies there. Times have changed just a little bit. Now in front of us, all the way down, that reddish colored building, that is the Bexar County Courthouse. And this was the tallest building in Texas for a very long time. Now if you notice at the very, very, very top of the building, there are gargoyles up there. Now if you believe in Gothic mythology, now we are coming into River Square. This is my favorite section of the river. I say that because every time I drive down through here, I think I gain 2 pounds from the smell of all the great food getting cooked. If any of you guys are hungry, and you're thinking you'd like to try something Mexican, something Italian, or just some darn good Texas barbecue, it's a great place to come. All the hosts and hostesses out here will be happy to help you. Everybody does have their menus out front, and they do have some excellent children's menus down here as well. It is always a lot of fun. Now many of these restaurants actually offer what's called a community boat. You can actually have dinner right on a boat. I did one last night. They're always a lot of fun. As a riverboat captain, I've actually witnessed 11 marriage proposals. 10 of them have been successful. I won't tell you about the other one. Now all these restaurants down here, they do offer something a little bit different from each other. But the food is great, the service is fantastic, and the atmosphere is always just downright fun. Now the only restaurant I mentioned by name, well, it's Casa Rio. It starts at this bridge and goes all the way to the other one. This was the very first restaurant to ever offer riverside dining. That started in 1946. Also today, it's now 4th generation owned. One boat going into man-made. Now I promise you I do not run over any of our ducks. They do get out of the way of the boat. However, many of these ducks actually get mad in the country. The tallest one's in Vegas, but we don't care about that one. This tower stands at 622 feet without the needle. There's a restaurant at the top that rotates, so you get a panoramic view of our city and an observation tower 30 good years for us. His son Charlie actually now has his seat. Now our convention center is still doing some cosmetic work, but last year they got done with an expansion. Now just a little over 1 million square feet, ladies and gentlemen. Now the largest mural in all of Texas is on the top left over here. It's on top of our theater. And I do turn the boat around so everyone has a chance to see it. That mural is actually 130 feet by 22 feet. And there's over 400,000 tile in that mural. It was a gift from Mexico. It is called Confluence of Civilization. The merging of East and West cultures coming together right over the Alamo, ladies and gentlemen. The artist who did the artwork, his name is Juan O'Gorman. Now in front of the boat is the Marriott Hotel. When the Marriott wanted to build there, they ran into a little problem. There was a 3-story building in that same location called the Fairmont Hotel. Now some say it was a historical building, some say it was a hysterical building because it was not in very good shape. And Marriott was told they could not tear it down. So they did the next best thing. They moved it, literally. They jacked up the whole building as one great big chunk. The building actually weighed 116,000 tons. They put 132 axles underneath it. Underneath every axle was a pneumatic or air-filled tire, and they hauled it straight down Alamo Street. One boat exiting, CCX. It took them